Hey, welcome back. As you can see, the tub's in, which is a good thing. We've had a visitor today, and his name was Murphy, as in Murphy's Law. If something is going to go wrong, it does go wrong. With any bathroom, that's why every bathroom is a custom bathroom. Initially, you're going to just see the original bathroom when you're doing your price quote, and you have to allow for certain things because you don't know what's behind the wall. In certain circumstances, best case scenario, you take the walls, the tiles down, the 2x4s are in great shape. You have to do a little bit of planing with a power planer to get rid of the crowns, because you want a nice flat surface in order for your tiling to have nice flat edges. Now in this particular case, let me show you what we were dealing with. Here's a couple of the original 2x4s. Let me put them side by side for you. So, as you can see, I pretty much stick my fingers through there. So, these 2x4s, not only are the crowns gone crazy, but they're twisted too. So, if somebody was to go ahead and leave those 2x4s in there like that, which happens more than it should, then what you're going to end up with, oh, there's a beauty too, check this out. There you go, look at the bottom. Okay, so there's no use even trying to plane something like that. That's how bad they were. If you continue with the renovation, leaving those existing 2x4s, there would be no semblance of any kind of quality to the tile job, none whatsoever. And the retort would be, hey, your walls were crooked, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there's a lot you can do about it. 2x4, $3. I replaced 4 or 5, so we're talking $15, a tube of adhesive and a couple of screws. Does it take extra time? Sure it does, but if you were the homeowner, wouldn't you appreciate a call from the contractor or the renovator to say, hey, listen, Mr. Smith, we've run into a few problems here. The 2x4s are so whacked out of line, I got to spend about 3 hours replacing them. They'd be more than happy to agree to that, and would thank you for calling them, believe me. So what you can see here is new 2x4, new 2x4, new 2x4 in the corner. There wasn't a 2x4 there. There were only a couple of scab pieces that were nailed on here. They were all warped and twisted. That doesn't make a strong corner. This does. We took out the one 2x4 that was in the middle here, where our new water controller system was going to be anyway, and put in 2 new 2x4s, one on each side of it. So now, what we're able to do with the tub, you've got a nice, beautiful straight edge along there. You'll see the edge of the tub is tight up against the 2x4s. Is that important? Let me tell you how important this is. The tile edging board that's going to be installed is a 1/2 inch, and that fits over the waterproof edge. If this is away from the 2x4, it's not going to come all the way flush and over this. So when you put your tile down, the tile ends up being installed on a 5-degree angle like that, or even worse or more. So the little bit of time, the extra time that we take to make this right, and it's all about attention to detail. Yeah, sure, we're a little behind. I would have liked to have had the board up today. But more importantly is, when I do put the board up, then we get to tiling. The tiling now has a perfectly level surface to go on, because this bathtub is perfectly level in both planes, this way and that way. And it's going to look spectacular. So is it worth it? Yes, it is. The one thing that we ran into with this tub, as you can see, it's a gorgeous tub. It's very sleek. Super sexy, actually. Very, very clean lines. It's a deep soaker. I was really looking forward to installing this tub. Now this, there was no excuse for. Let me tell you a little bit about what happened with this tub. Underneath the tub, there are 4 legs. They're usually 4 small chunks of 4x4s, 2 at the front and 2 at the back. When they make the tub, underneath the tub bottom itself, there's usually a 3/8 thick piece of material that is actually fiberglass or formed to the bottom of the tub. That's where you get the strength and integrity for the tub. That piece extends across to the side of the tub this way, and it gives the side integrity. On a perfectly level surface, when you're sitting your tub down, that tub, optimally, the 4 legs should be touching. the floor, and there's a built-in canter to it so that the pitch is there for the water to drain. And this side piece, the integral apron, as you can see how nice and tight it is to the floor, all 5 of those points should be on the floor, meeting the floor. And combined, that provides incredible integrity for the base of the tub. For some reason, maybe this tub didn't, I got the lemon or something here, didn't quite make it through quality control. The side of this tub was a good ½ inch longer than where the legs, those 4 little legs ended. So when I first put the tub in, and I put my hand behind here to feel where the leg was, because it was all wobbly, this little leg at the front was a good 5/8 of an inch off the floor. So what kind of support could you do with that? If someone had continued with the installation of this tub, what would have happened is they would have built up underneath these 2 legs, the forward and the back, shimmed it up about 5/8 of an inch, and then all the weight on the front of the tub here would have been along the whole side, just on the apron. Those 2 legs that were an integral part of the integrity of the tub would have been 3/4 of an inch off the floor, touching nothing. So what I had to do is, did it take more time? Again, yes it did. The alternative was to take this tub back, and you know what? It was out of the box, it was in the house. There's no way that I'm going to take the tub back and wait for another tub to be installed. We've got a time frame here, and it has to be met. So out with the tub, we took it out, and I marked along the front apron of the tub ½ an inch, and I took my belt sander, my aspirator, and went to town and took off ½ an inch of material right along the whole length of the tub. Then the 2 front legs, to make it even worse, they're supposed to be flat like this so that most of the 4x4 surface is touching the plywood. These front 2 legs were on 20-degree canters like that. So all that was touching, if they were touching the floor, was the front edge of that 4-inch by 4-inch surface. So they had to be sanded down, and then I had to build them up with a couple pieces of 3/4 inch plywood 4x4, which I glued and screwed to the front 2 legs. Brought the tub back up.